In this episode, we are heading to the island of Abaco in the Bahamas to get a glimpse of the destruction left by Hurricane Dorian, both on land and under the sea.
Nature in your face! Alright guys, Jeremy here. So normally, we're doing animal stuff, we're gonna do something a little different. It's nature in your face. We are in Abaco, Bahamas right now, about 5 months after Hurricane Dorian. And since people are a part of nature, and so are hurricanes and disasters, we're gonna be featuring some of the destruction that happened. It is still complete chaos here. There's just debris everywhere. Most of the island still does not have power. So the people, some of them are homeless. Some of them don't have roofs. So we're gonna show you just kind of what's still going on here, what kind of relief is needed, and how people survive after a natural disaster. Hope you enjoy it.
The Bahamas are a place of paradise, known for its white sandy beaches, aquamarine waters, and breathtaking sunrises and sunsets. The sun continues to rise on the island of Abaco, but since Hurricane Dorian hit, its brilliant illumination now reveals ruin instead of paradise. Piles of rubble made of concrete, wood, and steel littered the island where homes and businesses once stood. Harbors that were once home to beautiful yachts, sailboats, and fishing charters have been annihilated and now look like a graveyard for boats. Vessels were washed onto shore and stranded, flipped over onto pilings, or now sit on the sandy bottom beneath the water. Hurricane Dorian struck the island of Abaco with sustained winds of up to 185 miles per hour and slammed it with a 20-foot sea swell. It is the most powerful hurricane to hit the Bahamas and is regarded as the worst natural disaster in the country's history. As the sun sets, the island becomes pitch black with no power or streetlights, and the sound of generators can be heard throughout the night. Cuban tree frogs and anoles survived the storm and could easily be found. Despite the devastation, there is still a great sense of hope in Abaco. People trying to get back to a normal routine, workers slowly repairing homes and businesses, clean drinking water being made from the sea, and beautiful murals stand in hopes to inspire.
So despite all the destruction that you guys have seen, you can't help but see beauty here. Beauty in the people and the community coming together to rebuild, and beauty as in the scenery is what the Bahamas are known for. About 100 yards there's a reef. We're gonna head out there and make sure the reef is still intact and check out the awesome fish. So let's do this. Yeah.
As I dove into the water and headed toward the reef, I immediately began to see garbage and debris littered across the sea floor. Broken glass, PVC pipe, and large pieces of sheet metal were scattered around me. Some of it resting near fragile coral, which could be potentially disastrous to this marine ecosystem. Some of the debris was already covered in algae, which did its best to conceal what was swept in by Hurricane Dorian. Not too much further ahead of me was a small reef known as Mermaid Reef. Snorkelers and scuba divers alike visit the reef to see colorful fish and other marine life that come here to seek shelter and find food amongst the plant life and coral. When I finally located the reef, I was relieved to see that it appeared to be undamaged and intact, with a variety of beautiful fish and even this cool little stingray going about their business as if the hurricane had never happened. Animals such as reef sharks, moray eels, lobsters, stingrays, and sea turtles can usually be found all around the reef. Unfortunately, the larger marine life seemed to be scarce at this time. Most of the debris was closer to the shoreline and on the beach, either brought back by the current or never having made it to the reef at all. It is still too early to tell if the hurricane will have any long-term effects on the reef, but it was encouraging to see that for now, life under the sea seemed to be recovering much quicker than it is on land. The best we could do for now was to help clean up and remove some of the debris still left on shore in order to keep it from making its way out to the reef. While here, we were able to help with some local construction and repairs, but there is still an overwhelming amount of work to be done and many more contractors, volunteers, and donations needed to accomplish this work. If you are capable, we strongly encourage you to contribute to helping those in need during times of disaster, whether it be locally or abroad. Though the island of Abaco will be forever changed by the hurricane, and it will take several years of rebuilding and removing of debris piles, the local people are staying positive and moving forward one day at a time.